Every time you type a website address into your browser, something invisible happens behind the scenes, in milliseconds. Without it, the internet would simply not work. That thing is called DNS. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly how it works, why it matters, and why every IT professional needs to know it. Welcome to Abi LearnTech, your beginner's guide to the world of IT. If you are new here, this channel is all about breaking down complex IT concepts into simple, easy-to-understand explanations. Make sure you subscribe because we drop new videos every single week. Now, let's talk about DNS. DNS stands for Domain Name System. Here is the problem it solves. Every device connected to the internet has a unique address, called an IP address. An IP address looks something like this: 142.250.80.46. That is actually the IP address for Google.com. Now imagine if every time you wanted to visit Google, you had to type that number instead of just typing google.com. That would be a nightmare. DNS solves this problem by translating human-friendly domain names, like google.com, into machine-friendly IP addresses that computers use to find each other. Simple as that. Now let's walk through exactly what happens when you type google.com into your browser. Step 1. Your browser first checks its own memory, called cache, to see if it already knows the IP address for google.com. If it does, it skips everything else and loads the page immediately. Step 2. If it doesn't know, your computer sends a request to something called a DNS resolver. This is usually run by your internet service provider, your ISP. Think of the resolver as a librarian who goes to find the answer for you. Step 3. The resolver then contacts a root name server. There are only 13 sets of root name servers in the entire world. They don't know the exact IP address, but they know who does. They point the resolver toward the right direction. Step 4. The resolver then contacts a TLD name server. TLD stands for top-level domain. This server handles domains ending in .com, .org, .net, and so on. It points the resolver one step closer. Step 5. Finally, the resolver reaches the authoritative name server. This server knows the exact IP address for google.com. It sends it back to the resolver. Step 6. The resolver sends the IP address back to your computer. Your browser connects to that IP address, and Google loads on your screen. The whole process happens in under 100 milliseconds, faster than a blink of an eye. Now let's look at the most important DNS record types you need to know, especially if you are studying for CompTIA A+ or Network+. A record. This is the most common record. It maps a domain name to an IPv4 address. For example, google.com maps to 142.250.80.46. AAAA record. Same as an A record, but for IPv6 addresses, which are the newer, longer format of IP addresses. CNAME record stands for canonical name. This maps one domain name to another domain name. For example, www.google.com might point to google.com. MX record stands for mail exchange. This tells the internet where to send emails for a domain. Without MX records, email would not work. TXT record, used to store text information, commonly used for email security verification and domain ownership confirmation. DNS is one of the most critical parts of the internet infrastructure. If DNS goes down, the internet effectively breaks. In 2016, a major DNS provider called Dyn was hit by a massive cyber attack. As a result, huge websites like Twitter, Netflix, Reddit, and Amazon were unreachable for hours, even though their servers were perfectly fine. The DNS attack stopped people from finding them. That is how important DNS is. For IT professionals, understanding DNS is essential. You will troubleshoot DNS issues, configure DNS records, and secure DNS as part of your daily work. So to summarize, DNS is the phone book of the internet. It translates domain names into IP addresses so that browsers can load websites. It involves resolvers, root servers, TLD servers, and authoritative servers, all working together in milliseconds. And DNS records like A, CNAME, MX, and TXT each serve a specific purpose. If this video helped you understand DNS, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe so you don't miss next week's video. And drop a comment below. What IT topic do you want me to cover next? I'll see you in the next one.